So the problem with gout is that a person has too much uric acid in their body, and uric acid will start to crystallize and come together, and that can happen at joints. And so you have a joint that has all of this kind of foreign stuff, this foreign material that's aggravating it, and the joint will get inflamed and painful. That is gout. Now, as I mentioned, uric acid is what's crystallizing and coming together. So to understand gout, we have to understand what are the origins of the uric acid. The uric acid is overwhelmingly a result of the metabolism of these molecules called purines. Now, purines are essential molecules. We eat them, we make them, but like every molecule, we have to have a way to deal with it. And when purines are metabolized, uric acid will be the result. And when we get to uric acid, that's typically something at normal levels that we're moving into the urine, and then we can eliminate it from the body. But of course, if we're taking in too much, we can overwhelm the body's ability to clear it, and then we have uric acid accumulating and we have gout. So much of the concern, or so much of the traditional view of gout, is that you have to avoid red meat. It's always red meat. Red meat is always the culprit when it comes to gout. And it's ridiculous. Even something like, if something has yeast in it, like bread or beer, that can have up to 10 or 20 times more purines than any kind of red meat does. And we all very much appreciate how healthy fish is, and fish has considerably more purines than red meat does. So don't point the finger at red meat. It's not fair, and it's not accurate. Now, what else might be the problem? Really, the main overlooked variable is fructose. Think about how much fructose we're eating. The thing that's interesting about fructose is that it forces your body to make more of these purines, which then get metabolized down into uric acid. In the case of things like the bread or the yeast that we're eating, that is directly putting it into into our bodies. We're directly putting in these purines, which get metabolized into uric acid and overwhelm the body's ability to clear it. In the case of something like fructose coming from fruit juice, or most especially sugar and high fructose corn syrup, when fructose gets metabolized as just breaking down into energy, like we metabolize glucose, when we start to metabolize and break down fructose, one of the side effects of that metabolism is the production of purines. So every time we're metabolizing fructose, which so many of us are doing all the time, we produce purines, which then get metabolized to uric acid. We start to then, of course, accumulate the uric acid. So when someone wants to truly reduce their gout by changing their diet, don't worry about red meat. It is far from being the offender here. Worry much more about products that have yeast in it, and especially things that are rich sources of pure fructose. That is something that really is probably the single greatest contributor to uric acid load and gout in the body. All right, now you know. So don't blame the red meat for what the fructose did when it comes to gout.